First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And I ended up coming across this video, man. It popped up on my YouTube feed, and it's from Chisha Zed. I think that's how you say his name. It could be Shaisha Zed. I don't know how to say it. But in Slovakia. Flesh-eating STD enters the dating market. Hookups culture. The coffee podcast. Salakia, man. I'm all over the place. But I just happened to see this, man, and I actually, when I look at things like this, I also go on Google just to check around and see if I find articles on it. I found a few articles on it, but there's one particular article I'm going to sit up here and read because it had like a little bit more information, and it seemed to be like it hit on points. But with that, man, I just looked at a few minutes of this. I didn't need to look at it all, but it just lets you know, man, hey, brothers, be careful when you out here. Point blank period with these women, man. These hoes, man, go fucking a lot of things, man. Keep your shit in your pants. Might be just, if you're dealing with a broad, then just deal with a broad, man, that you've been dealing with, man. But hey, what Apostle Paul said, it'd be better, be like me, which he was sitting up and saying he didn't have a woman at that particular time. He was just focused in the ministry, and I'm not sitting up and saying all brothers going to do that, man, but I'm just saying, man, just be careful while you out here, but with that, let me sit up here and go to this article because I pulled it up. It says, this is Live Science. It says, flesh-eating vulva infections reported in 3 cases. Gynecologists should know the signs, expert warned. This was April 14, 2025, maybe about a week ago. It says, doctors in the UK have warned gynecologists of risk of necrotizing fasciitis in the external genitalia after seeing several cases. It says, gynecologists should be informed of the signs of rare flesh-eating infections, Dr. warned, because these dangerous infections can sometimes infiltrate the vulva. It says necrophysitis NF, also known as flesh-eating disease, can arise when certain bacteria enter the skin through a wound, a cut, abrasion, burn, surgical wound, or even an insect bite. Bill Sullivan, a professor of microbiology and immunology at Indiana University, who was not involved in the case report, told Live Science in an email, NF can occur anywhere skin or tissue is breached, including genitalia. In necrotizing fasciitis, bacteria infiltrates the fascia, which is the connective tissue surrounding muscle, nerves, fat, and blood vessels. The infection rapidly causes soft tissue to die or necrotize and spreads through the body very quickly. Now, there's something I really want to read to y'all. They noted that the hospital has seen a significant uptick in flesh-eating infections in recent years, with 20 cases seen between 2022 and 2024, when only 18 had been reported in the preceding decade. In addition, several EU states and the U.S. have reported increase in the invasive group A streptococcus, an infection that can lead to necrotizing fasciitis. Now, this is what I want to sit up here and look at. If the infection is becoming more common, doctors should know the importance of rapid treatment. The case reports author emphasizing it's an extremely aggressive infection that can advance to a life-threatening situation in 24 to 48 hours. Sullivan said, after these bacteria get into the skin, they release potent toxins that lead to rapid tissue destruction, liquefying muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. I don't need to go any further with this. You can read the article, but I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures. And the first scripture I want to sit up here and grab is Deuteronomy. What is that, 28? I think somewhere around 50, maybe 50, it might have been 58 or 56. It says, here it is. Deuteronomy 28:58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy power God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuous and sore sicknesses and of long continuous. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And there you go. Even plagues that's not written in the scriptures, man. You know, all these plagues that you see, HIV, all this other stuff, man. You know, this new thing, now the flesh-eating bacteria, bird flu, and all this other stuff, man. Hey, look, man, the Lord is about to bring a sore destruction to this place, man. And this is just another disease, another part of it, man. You know, but to you brothers out there, man, hey, be careful when you're dealing with these women, man. You already got enough shit out here, and gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, crabs, all sorts of herpes, every goddamn thing out here that you don't want, man. Don't sit up here and make this another part of it. So, hey, to you brothers out there, man, be careful. You know, yeah, we know you can have, you know, it's in the law, man, where you can have as many women as you want as long as they ain't got a husband, you know, or in this case, even a boyfriend, as the world said, you know, but either way it go, man, you got to be careful, man, when you sitting up here putting your thing in these women out here. These hoes are nasty. They ain't clean. They nasty. We're gonna get clean women on the other side, man. So keep that in your mind. But I'm gonna grab another scripture, man, because this is another thing I want to sit up here and grab. This is 1 Corinthians. And I'm gonna grab both of them. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. And there you go, man. All things are lawful to you, but some things just ain't expedient, you know? And actually, you know what? Hey, let me look up that word expedient. I didn't think about looking that up. Let me look up that word expedient. You know, while we're thinking about it, let's look it up. Expedient. Expedient. It says of objective, convenient and practical, although possible, improper or immoral. A means of attaining an end, especially one that is convenient but considered improper or immoral. You know, so it's a convenient and practical, although possible. Either side could break the agreement if it were expedient to do so. You know, somehow I really don't like this meaning. Oh, you know what? I actually like this meaning. It says in biblical context, expedient generally refers to something that is advantageous, beneficial, or suitable for achieving a particular goal, especially in relations to spiritual growth or moral conduct. It's about making choices that align with Yahweh's will and what's best for one's spiritual well-being. There you go. So even though these things are expedient to it, the laws is expedient to it, sometimes, man, certain things are just not a good idea to do. Having a bunch of women just might not be a good idea to have on this side. And I actually like this definition a little bit better. So we can go back to it. So yeah, man. So that's the thing. And it says, but I will not be bought under the power of any. And that's another thing. You know, all things are lawful to us, man, but you don't want to be bought under the power. Here it is, you got all these women, but here it is, now your focus go to these women. You know, now your focus go to pleasing all the women that you're messing around with. Hey, brothers, man, it just might be a good idea sometimes to refrain from certain things. And hey, it's easier said than done. But hey, in this case, man, you got to think about consequences. Right now, we almost up out of here, man. So think about that. Think really hard about that. And then the other one I want to go through is it's in Corinthians 2. So and I think it's 10 and 23. And this basically says the same thing. It's not that different. It says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. And that's another thing. All things edify not. Yeah, the law, yeah, all things are lawful, man, but sometimes just things, you know, sometimes you got to put things into a perspective. You know, like we always say, you know, it's okay to make money, man, but here it is, you know, don't sit up here and go all off the rail, man, while you sitting up here making money, and then here it is, you know, you forget the scriptures, man. You know, it's okay to do certain things, man, but don't sit up here and go all off the rail, man, with it. Where it's sit up here now, all of a sudden now, you know, you kick yourself out of the truth, or you start fucking up, you know. And one good way of doing that, man, is hitting up here having a bunch of women, man, you know. You know, and if you want to have an example, King Solomon had a bunch of women, man, but he started going off, you know. because he had a bunch of, especially a bunch of heathen women. He started going off. But either way it goes, brothers, man, hey, just keep your mind, man. Hey, you got this new flesh bacteria out here, man. Anything, and all other sorts of shit that's out here. Just be careful on where you lay your head and where you put your thing. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to your elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say, Kwam Yasharella and Abba Babal and Anyahabatham Malakiam Shalom.